Here's Sepulveda. He's going to take Sepulveda. Maybe not. Let's see here. Trying to decide. He's doing it. Maybe he'll go south. I doubt it, no. He's going into LAX. I am. We're still pretty far away. He's going into LAX, so we're going to lose him here in a second. Shoot. I think he's going to transition the Sepulveda, Jim, into the tunnel. Hang on. They're going to try to pit maneuver right there on the bridge. He's going into LAX. He might try a pit right here. Let's see. Coming up on him fast. Into LAX. Here comes the pit. Oh, almost. And might try it again. They're in the horseshoe now. Gonna try it. They're gonna try it. Oh man. A tough spot for a pit. There it is right there. They're trying it. Not quite fast enough, I don't think. Nope. Going in front of Bradley. Ready. We're gonna try it again. Nope. Coming back at us. Oh, into a parking structure. Shoot. Into the parking structure. Southgate, but now CHP took it over. They went into the parking structure. Jeez. They can come out anywhere here. I don't. They're not letting us. They won't let us work the center, right? The only thing is, if he comes out, I can't see him come out. If he does come out of that parking structure, I mean, he might come out an exit that we can't see. Yeah, that's what she's saying. We're trying to get permission to get right over the center. If it does, we're not going to be able to see it pop out. Still don't hear it. Copy. We're trying to move over now. Also, I still don't hear it on the white. I don't know if it may have come out. I don't know. I think he came out. Let's see here. Here's a unit rolling there. Yep, he's out over here, right by the pillars. Here he is, right here, Jim. Coming out. Oh, look at that! Sparks flying right under us, Jim. He's going to go back north. South. He's going to go south, Jim. If we can exit again. Right under us here in a second. Going to go into the tunnel. It's out now. Here it is. West, Jim. Towards the ocean. Yeah, sorry about that, Court and Mike. A tough pursuit, no doubt about it. Through LAX, back out now of LAX. It went into that horseshoe. They tried that pit maneuver, went into a parking structure, and now is on surface streets here right near the 105 freeway. Might be transitioning onto the 105 freeway here, which would be, I believe that's going to be eastbound here. The vehicle, looks like the officers here from California Highway Patrol did do a pit maneuver. Look at that bumper there. But we're hearing this initiated in the south. Yeah, we were seeing sparks coming off that rim just a short time ago as it was exiting LAX horseshoe. But we understand this started with the Southgate PD. They went into pursuit of this vehicle, wanted for an assault with a deadly weapon. It's said to be the driver said to be armed with several weapons in the vehicle, so it's a very dangerous situation, no doubt. And unfortunately, it went into that LAX area for a while, went into that parking structure, then came out. Sparks flying from that front tire as it came out of the horseshoe and by the pillars back out onto Sepulveda Boulevard southbound. And here we are on just off on Imperial Highway, and more sparks coming off that front right tire, or right rim, I should say. The tire's gone. But we'll see what happens here with the California Highway Patrol if they decide to try to do another pit maneuver or just play it by ear here on the 105 freeway now. And it's going to continue towards the 405 freeway. We don't know how much longer this vehicle can go with the condition like that. We've seen vehicles in the past that have this issue catch fire because of all those sparks. So it's hard to say what's going to happen, but certainly hard to control that vehicle at this point. We do. We were outside of the restriction. Thankfully, we have a pretty powerful lens on Sky 5 here to be able to follow it. He was on that upper level, and the vehicle went by Tom Bradley International. But during that, I was surprised to see the CHP trying to do a pit maneuver on that part of the LAX horseshoe. There wasn't a whole lot of traffic, though, at that hour or just a little while ago. So that's probably why they were trying to do that, to bring it to an end. That's right, Mike and Cord. Now, it didn't appear to me that the front tire was missing when it went into the parking structure, but definitely when it came out of the parking structure and back out on the surface streets, it was definitely sparking like this. So something happened there between the time it went in that parking structure and came back out. But you can see as I come in tight, you'll look at what's grinding there on the asphalt here on the 105 freeway. It is just the hub there. And the California Highway Patrol, I should say, they're keeping their distance due to the sparks that are coming off of that, the debris that's coming off that. They don't want their cars being disabled from anything that might come off the vehicle there. But again, a dangerous pursuit here. Nonetheless, it's continuing eastbound on the 105 freeway towards the 110 freeway. And we'll see the speeds here about 65 miles an hour passing a truck. And so far, the driver's able to control that vehicle. Well, didn't hear a whole lot. It appeared that the driver was trying to exit at some point. We did not see it come out of the parking structure, but we did see it coming out of that lower level of the horseshoe back towards Sepulveda, and then got on Sepulveda south through the tunnel underneath the runways, and then came back out. So we didn't really get to hear a whole lot of activity. I can tell you, though, it looks like there's a passenger in that right front seat there. I saw some hands moving there just a minute ago, but you can see all the debris coming off of this front end. That's the airship overhead keeping track of the pursuit, but a lot of debris coming off. We have some vehicles here. We got some traffic. I'm going to come out wider and show you this as we approach the 110 freeway. I'm getting a look out the window to see what's ahead and what's causing this. There might be an accident up ahead here on the eastbound 105 freeway, but here's the shot with the, it looks like a sheriff's helicopter that's tracking the vehicle at this point. Copy. All the way over. Oh. Absolutely. We're coming into the 110, 105 interchange here, and he's going to stay on the eastbound 110 freeway, at least for now. He went into a cone zone, which was very dangerous. We weren't sure if there was any Caltrans workers there, but fortunately came back out of that. That was the reason for the traffic there. But now he's got open freeway here past the 110 freeway, and that CHP unit, they're getting a little close, acting like maybe he wants to do a pit maneuver here, but the speeds might be just too much, 63, 65 miles an hour that we're tracking it. So at this point, we have a driver and what looks like a passenger. I'm going to come back in tight here so you can get a closer look if you can tell. But look at that front end, just that rim is just dangling there, and pieces just pouring off of that thing. Yeah, we've seen even a big rig tractor that actually did this one time, and it caused the truck to burn to the ground. That was on the 5 freeway coming down the Grapevine. But, you know, at this point, it doesn't look like there's enough there to cause this car to start on fire at this point, but you don't know. You know, it might start in any minute. But here's a look at what's going on the freeway. In the meantime, you see the CHP not directly behind it because of all that debris coming off. And cars on the freeway, fortunately, not a whole lot of traffic ahead of this vehicle, and looking up towards the 710 freeway, it looks like it's the same conditions on the freeway here. So that's good news. Not a whole lot of cars in the way that are coming up on this pursuit or behind the pursuit. But at this point, the CHP staying behind it. I am counting about 5 or 6 units of the CHP. I'll come out to a wide shot so you get a better idea of what is following and what's overhead. It looks like 6 units there in the pursuit, and you can see that spark, the spark coming off this vehicle pretty badly here. So it could at any point catch fire. Exiting. Pit. Northbound. Oh yeah, unbelievable. He made that turn off the freeway here on Willowbrook, but here he is. A couple of times the CHP tried that pit maneuver, one time on the off-ramp there, and now again here. Now we're on Imperial Highway now, eastbound from Willowbrook, and you can see just more and more sparks coming off. It's unbelievable that this driver is able to maintain control. Here comes another possible pit. We'll see what's up ahead for the CHP. They want to keep an eye on it, but well, he got some, yeah. You would think, yeah. Foot bail. We got 3, 4. This is the driver here. We're going to stick with the driver, and he's running in through some public housing here. This is going to be north of Imperial Highway. The driver running behind. You see the airship keeping with the driver with its night sunlight, and he's going to give up. That's it. He made it a couple of buildings, and they're going to take him down right there. At least 3 other suspects that jumped out of the vehicle and took off running in different directions. We stuck with the driver in custody at this point, but we'll come back out to the vehicle. You can see how far he made it. You can see all the CHP units here, and at this point the other ones have scattered in through these apartment complexes here near Imperial Highway. Yes. It sounds like they're still outstanding. A lot of officers on the ground with flashlights. Here's the driver being walked back to the CHP units and back to the pursuit vehicle. I'll come out wider to show you that scene there. There's the vehicle. It was smoking here just a minute ago. Let's see if it's still, yeah, still smoking quite a bit there from the tire that is now missing. and 1 in custody, at least 3 outstanding, and the CHP trying to search for those other 3 that took off running. I agree. Usually that's where they bail out and scatter in a place where there's a lot of people. And but on this one we didn't see that. We thought maybe that was happening because we lost the vehicle for a while, and then all of a sudden there it was coming back out on the bottom level of the LAX loop. Thank you. Awesome, good catch. I'm sorry, can you repeat? Okay, copy that. I'd like to thank you for watching us on the web. This is Gil Davis up in Sky 5. You're looking at the termination point of this pursuit, 115th Street at Gorman Avenue in South LA. You can see that SUV that was being chased by first of all, by the Southgate PD, and then the CHP took it over once it got on the freeway. It was wanted for brandishing. The driver or passengers in the vehicle was wanted for brandishing a weapon. And the pursuit continued all the way towards LAX, went into the horseshoe of LAX, went into a parking structure, came back out away from LAX onto the 105 freeway. By then, the front passenger tire was missing, and there was a ton of sparks coming off of that rim, which pretty much just came apart on the freeway as they were driving. They did exit here at Willowbrook and got onto Imperial Highway, where they turned into this public housing area. And then about the driver and 4 other passengers bailed out and ran different directions. Here's the driver. We stuck with the driver, and they got him a couple of buildings away here. He just surrendered, gave up, and they tackled him, got him into custody. They're still looking for at least 3, possibly 4 other suspects that were in the vehicle. But a dangerous and dramatic pursuit here through South LA into LAX and then back into South LA has ended here in 115th and Gorman with 1 in custody, 3 or 4 outstanding. There goes the driver being put into a CHP unit. Okay, copy that, will do. Well, it appears that 3 or 4 suspects are still outstanding here as the CHP, LAPD, and Southgate PD search for those suspects that ran from this pursuit vehicle, ended here at 115th and Gorman. Dangerous pursuit, the driver losing the front tire when it went into the LAX parking lot near Tom Bradley International, and then came back out, ending here with a lot of sparks kicking up along the freeway, the car pulling off into this public housing area. The driver in custody, 3 or 4 outstanding still, but at this point that search is going to be continuing and for the next short time here. But again, we're going to conclude our coverage here of this pursuit. We want to thank you for joining us on the web. This is Gil Lavis up in Sky 5 signing off.